Welcome back, my beautiful, beautiful people. In this video, we are going to talk about 3 ways you can overcome fear. And in particular, 3 ways in which you can overcome the fear of public speaking. The fear of speaking in front of others. We probably all know that change really happens when we step outside of our comfort zone, when we do something which is not in the ordinary, because if we keep doing what we've done before, we're going to get the same results. We're not going to set ourselves on that new path. We're not going to change direction. We're not going to experience anything new, which could then lead to something else new, etc., etc. But in order to step outside of that comfort zone, we have to face fear. Now, fear is a natural thing. It's there for a reason. It's there to protect us. But most of the time these days, it's protecting us from things we don't need protecting from. It's protecting us from growth, and it's protecting us from creating a new life for ourselves. So before we get into my 3 tips, I just want to say that it often is about how we approach fear and how we view fear. We tend to view fear as something we're scared of, but that doesn't set us up in a positive way. We can actually change that thinking so that we think of fear as like our best friend, because in a way, it is. If we look at it that way, it is. It can push us to do things. It has the potential to make us realize that we're doing something really important. And let's not forget that it actually is there to protect us. It isn't our enemy. It's not trying to be nasty to us. It's not trying to hold us back. It is there to protect us. We just give it more power than it deserves. We think it knows better when it actually doesn't know better most of the time. Most of the time, we know better. And those times when it does know better, you have the intuition to know those times. And so I utilize 3 tips which help me overcome that fear so that I can keep moving forward, so that I can step outside of my comfort zone. Let me just reiterate, if you've not heard this yet, at the moment, the potential to change your life, to change your reality, to change your existence is phenomenal. At the moment, we have a choice to make. Which way do we want to go? Our foundations have been shaken, many of them ripped up, thrown away. Mine certainly have. I've lost a job that I did for 12 years. I've lost people very close to me. My whole life has changed completely. And that could have gone either way, but I have managed to set it on an upward trajectory. I've managed to see this as an opportunity for growth and expansion. And as such, I can tell you that the speed of the results I'm getting is phenomenal. And the kinds of things that are coming to me are things I couldn't even begin to imagine. Our dreams keep getting bigger and bigger. The more we progress, our dreams should change. Keep progressing your dreams. Don't let them stick to the dream you had a few weeks ago, a few days ago. So if you want to take full advantage of this opportunity, then be sure to watch until the end of this video, because these 3 points really have been the catalyst of all the changes that have come my way recently. And they're so simple, yet so effective, that the more you implement them, the more natural they're going to become, the less fear will actually pop up. And the more you set yourself on this path, the more opportunities are going to come your way, the more opportunities you have to practice this. So without further ado, we'll get into tip number 1. And this is the one that has really enabled me to do what I'm doing right now and put this out for you, because I'm the shy kid. I'm not an extrovert. I don't like speaking in front of people. My last job, I had to lead briefings in front of maybe 12 to 15 people. Nightmare. Loved the rest of the job. Hated that. That pushed me out of my comfort zone every single day. I am not the person that wants to be visible. I'm not the person that posts on social media. I mean, I suppose I kind of am now, but I don't see myself as that person. I've never been that person. And yet somehow here I am now doing this. And the only way I'm able to do this is because I'm taking my ego out of the game in a way. Tip number 1 is make the purpose bigger than you. This takes your ego out of the game. So to give you a direct example of what this actually means and how it looks, my only focus now is that it's going to help that one person, even just a little bit, and that makes it easier to do. Otherwise, there's no way I'd be able to do it, or there's no way I'd want to do it. Maybe you're in a similar situation. Maybe you think you could help people, but all these ideas and thoughts come up, oh, why would I be able to help anyone? No one's going to listen to me. That's all ego. That's all about you. I had these as well. I still do. But I ignore them and I focus on that one person whom it may help. And I know that putting it out here, it may not help anyone for months and months and months. But then it might find one person, and it's exactly what they needed to hear in that moment. And that makes it worthwhile. It takes all of the emphasis off you. It's not about you, it's about that. Make the purpose higher than you, take the ego out of the game. This is not for ego. Ego doesn't belong here. My second point, and this is, I think, easy to do, and you might contradict me, especially at the moment, given that we're in lockdown. Here in the UK we are anyway, I know a lot of places are as well. But I actually think this is really easy to do because we have the internet now. And this is to surround yourself with other people who are doing the same thing. Before I started doing YouTube, I didn't know anyone else who was doing YouTube. And that made it such a big thing for me to do. That made it such an unnatural thing for me to do. What I did was surround myself with people who were starting a YouTube channel. It made it a normal thing. It also means you have support, you have a community, you have camaraderie, you have someone to talk to, but it also makes it normal. And making something normal means you're in your comfort zone. It means fear is immediately taken away. There's no fear there because it's comfortable. And if it's not comfortable, you have someone to talk to. You have someone to encourage you. You have someone to pat you on the back and keep you going. So if there's anything like this you'd like to do, if you want to start a YouTube channel in particular, then please, please, please drop me a comment below and let me know, because I would love to support you in that. So surround yourself with people doing the same thing. We're all in this together and we can all help each other grow and put messages of positivity out there. And it is about positivity. There is enough fear being spread around out there. We need to level that out. We want to flood the internet with positivity that uplifts people, that really has a positive effect on everyone. When there are things going on in the world, like at the moment, we need to not let that weigh us down, and the way we balance it out is by spreading more of the opposite. We can know it's there, but our focus and attention doesn't have to be on it. Our focus and attention can be moving towards something that's better, something that's more positive, something that's helpful to people. We want to be solution focused, not fear focused. So my third and final tip for taking fear out of the game, for facing that fear, for overcoming that fear, is to prepare for something even bigger. So perhaps, for example, you have to speak in front of some people, as I used to have to do. Prepare to speak in front of more than you're expecting. So for example, if I was leading a briefing for probably between 10 and 15 people, I would prepare myself to go in there for more, maybe 25 people. Now this might sound even more scary than it needs to be, but when you implement the other tips and you make it bigger than yourself, and you are surrounded with people doing the same thing, this doesn't become so big. And what it does is, in that moment when you walk in and there are those people there, you aren't overwhelmed. You're prepared for more, and this is a breeze and you can float straight on through it. So this worked for me, although I will say, if your manifestation powers are on point, you might find that when you prepare to speak in front of many more people than you're expecting to, you might find that actually you manage to manifest those extra people. So this is something to be aware of. It might not be a tip for everyone right now, but I think it's something to bear in mind, and there might be certain scenarios where it does work. And I personally think we should always be trying to expand and not contract. So aim bigger. I always think prepare bigger, and then you are prepared for something smaller. But by preparing bigger, you're also going to attract bigger. And if you're here, you probably want growth, expansion. You want to thrive. You want more. You want the life that you are here to live. You want to step outside of that comfort zone. You want to progress. You want to move forward. In which case, I do definitely say, prepare for something bigger, and then miracles will come your way. You will have the confidence, the lack of fear for something bigger, and bigger things will come to you because you are a fit for those bigger bigger things. So I hope this was helpful in some little way. If it was at all, then please remember to give it a thumbs up and let me know below what kind of fear you face. What gives you the most fear? What fear do you want to eliminate? And also, of course, let me know where you're tuning in from, because I always love to hear that. I love to know how we are connecting with people from all over this beautiful world. So let me know that. If you haven't subscribed already, then please consider doing that, because we do have videos like this coming to you 4 times a week. And remember to ring the bell, because then you get notified every time one of these gets uploaded. So that's just about all for now. If you're still watching, then thank you so much for watching until the end. That will really help this video out, so thank you so much. I love you all. Namaste and much love.